with another FS19 mod review. So this time we've got the 8030 EU and US spec tractors from UNM Modding. So slightly different order this time in that they've just been released and I've got them afterwards. So I'll put a link straight in the description for these. So in front of us we've got the 8130, which as it comes, it's got a simple IC on it. So no extras whatsoever on this tractor. Up to the usual standard we expect. Next to it we have 8530, where we've put 5 lights on the front and front linkage. This has a wide Michelin Acer XB2 tyres and weights. Full set of work lights on the front, side and back. Just about every sort of option we'd think of. Beacons, green star, buttons in the cab, which you'll see shortly as we get in there. We have an 8330, which is on a Michelin Agribib row crop tyres. One for the row crop boys. Going up to the full standards we expect, everything attached. Okay, full work lights and green star. This one we've gone for full set of front weights and the 4 work lights on the front with the lights in the grille, not on the attach or the weights, like those two. Then on the end here we have the US spec 8230, which has work lights, beacon, twin Firestone wheel and tyre equipment on it, American style hitch, drawbar, so again quite what we'd expect. So we look into it, we've also got the steering knob, you see the buttons on the side of the armrest there. Got the power shift transmission on this one. If we put the heads up, get rid of that one. Got a simple IC, so we've got the door, indicators, steering column in and out and up and down, hand throttle, linkage balls, open armrest, back window, and cabin work light. Then of course start engine there. So no issues with how that moves about. Get that up. We've also got the raise and lower the front suspension. Come back into the cab. Everything is as it should be. Get rid of these again. This one we have front lights there, okay. Rear and side work lights and front work lights. And the indicators there. So we can see no issues with this one. So we have got our getting it out from there. I've got super strength turned on, so be a bit careful that one. Otherwise we'll pick the little tractor up. The one we're going to be concentrating on is the 8530. Go try on a couple of bits and pieces. If I turn super strength off, that might help us at the moment. So I'll try to pick the tractor up. There we go. This one actually has the old IC in it. The simple IC works on the outside. So there should be no simple IC working in the cab, but that's on it as well. So this one is actually spec'd with the old IC, but it's got both sorts in the cab still, which is interesting. So that's a bit different, but no great problems there. Two sorts of IC instead of one. What could be better? Because obviously on the old IC, there's no ignition or indicators. Whereas a simple IC, we've got them. So again with this one, front lights there, rear and side, and front work lights. No shortage of lights on this tractor. Beacons and indicators. So grab this front weight first. Check the front linkage all good. I'd have been surprised if it wasn't, given who done it. One planter here, so we can try the hoses out. So no issues with dynamic hoses. We'll just check this planter is full. We'll test out on there. Custom Modding's case planter here. So obviously there's no link balls showing at the moment, so if we come into here, we now have the link balls down the bottom there. Just find us a bare bit of field we can go on with this. Something which isn't too much of on here at the moment. Get it unfolded. Test the GPS at the same time. GPS turned on. All good there. Can't really see any issues with that. So that seems to be behaving fine. Let's go up and down the field once. So I'm sure I left some obstacles about here still. Really, it should have the John Deere one up. I've got some case in there somewhere. Decent enough there. In cab. Got speed readout, engine revs up there. Litres an hour usage on the screen down there. Litres a hectare, that's the same. No issues with it on this machine. So that's all good. It's a decent sound as well. Plough over here. That was a bit small for this tractor really, but it's the best we can do. So I haven't got any of the Raptor ones in the save game. Got working accelerator pedal, brake pedals, which I'll test more when we get that trailer on behind us. No issues with the plough, how that's behaving. Transport checks to do. At least the sounds have been sorted on these to the other 8030 out there. So we've got some rather annoying sounds on some of those ones. Originally anyway. So that one's got wood chip in it. Just cheeky fill that. I was going to tip out and get out of the siler, but we'll just do it that way. Little trip around here. I suppose we ought to try on the Heston baler as well, just to check the PGO. Just take up a steep hill. Absolutely no issues with this. Surprised if there had been. So I'm doubling up on the Acer side. As usual, there's not really anything we can fault on these. I'm trying to remember which country this map is in. Heston pilots sitting on this field over here. So let's take a shortcut away from them cars. Just test out on the baler. Check PTO and everything connects up, and that the horsepower is where it should be with the PTO on. Would be a typical Heston baling tractor. I don't think there's much wrong there. Doing as it should do. Couldn't find a much steeper field to try it out on. Seems good to me. So I think it's safe to say there's no issues with how that's performing. So we can now have a look in the shop at them. And it's got the full range of options that we've come to expect. So EU series, weight bracket 300, 500, 700, 1100 kilo weights and linkage. Trolley walk in standard, wide, with weights. Twin backs in both form. Twin backs with weights in both sets. Twins all round. Wide twins, and obviously the wide with weights. Then got Michelin AgriBib 2, again standard with the twins, with the weights. AxioBib, standard wide with the weight options, with the rare twins in both forms, and again with the weights in both forms. Then with all round twins with and without weights. Cerix Bib 2, which is wide, style 1, which are 800s. Style 2 is 900s, which is what our test tractor is on. Then we've got them all with the weights, with twin backs, and of course with the weights again. All round twins and with the weights. We've got Mitas in standard with wide, and the weight options again. The twins, both sets of twins with weight options, and all round twins with and without weights. Then got the AgriBib 2 row crops. Yes, I know I nagged Dino mercilessly to put these on them originally. So we got twins on them and standard. Got BKT in there as well, with the usual wide and all the weight options, and the twin wheels with and without weight options. Then back to Trelleborg. Then we've got standard or simple IC and old IC, but as we've noticed with that test tractor, if you have old IC you get the simple IC as well. Global positioning, yes or no, depending if you got the mod. Auto power, IVT and power shift. 4 or 5 lights on the front grille. Beacon lights left, right or both. Front fenders, yes or no. Work lights front and rear. So you can put the extra ones up the top on the back there. Or both. Steering up, yes or no. Starfire, so you just have the 3000, or you can have it with the side panel in there. Side work lights, yes or no. Bonnet work lights. Front weight frame or front hitch or in the grille. Warning signs, type 1, type 2. Standard seat or leather seat. And then we've got 8130, 8230, 330, 430 and 530. So that's the EU spec one. Then we've got the US spec one, which you've got the Firestone in there at 30 inch 480 by 50s with weights, duals of weights, all round duals of weights, or we can have Michelin's at 30 inches with the weights, duals of weights, all round duals and with weights. You're back to Firestone again. Weight bracket 300, 500, 700, 1100 kilo weights, no front linkage options. Same with the IC. Auto power, IVT, power shift, so all the other options in here with those three are the same. We've got back fenders, yes or no. Beacon lights, yes for 1 or no. Front fenders, yes or no. Work lights, so it just adds them up the top there. Steering knob, same as the other one. Seat material, side work lights, all the same as the EU edition one. So they are 8030s. So I'll put a link in the description for you to follow to download it. Obviously it is PC only. There's no way the quality of this mod it can get onto console. It is too high a poly count, along with various options on there. But for now I'll say thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Goodbye for now.